From a huge shopping complex inspired by Parisian architecture to two fascinating curved towers that will house the most luxurious hotel, discover today the incredible projects of Lusail City, the new city of Qatar. Ambitious and futuristic, Lusail is a new city created from scratch north of Doha, the capital of Qatar. Built in part especially to host the 2022 World Cup, this city, which should accommodate 450,000 inhabitants, required the astronomical sum of $45 billion. This bill includes several infrastructures, including the Citadis tramway in Lusail. And it must be said that this tramway is not like the others. Indeed, in this city built in the middle of the desert, the tramway, whose face resembles the bow of a ship, has an unusual design. It is inspired by the boatress, traditional Arab boats that used to transport fishermen in the region. As for the interior design, it is made up of the architectural elements of the country, with touches of yellow reminiscent of the flower of Lusail. With this in mind, Abdullah Al-Sabai, general manager of Qatar Rail, said, "For all our projects, the manufacturing and design phases are influenced by tradition and modernity." Strongly rooted in Qatar's culture and heritage, the design of Lusail Tramway celebrates the convergence of our country's history with groundbreaking technologies and state-of-the-art solutions. We are creating a cohesive customer experience built around the needs and values of the local community. Yes, this metro tramway is truly amazing, with 4 lines that will stretch for about 38 kilometers, 10 kilometers of which will be underground. This atypical means of transportation will allow tourists and locals alike to easily get to the various neighborhoods of the incredible city, especially since Lusail will also have water cabs. What a dream for the future residents! In Lusail, the tramway is far from being the only project to surprise, and for good reason. In this city, developers are also planning to build the Place Vendôme. This is a question of dazzling in the region while being inspired by Parisian architecture. Indeed, to express their admiration for French luxury, the Qataris have decided to build a complex that, at the end of its construction, will be dedicated to shopping, catering, and entertainment. The project, initiated by the United Developers Group, composed of 4 Qatari investors and costing $1.25 billion, will house 2 luxurious 5-star hotels, numerous hotel residences, a shopping mall hosting up to 400 different brands, a theme park, an amphitheater dedicated to entertainment, a health center, and many attractions such as dancing fountains. As you can see, this complex will not be limited to creating an exact replica of the iconic French jewelry Place, nor will it be limited to offering locations to the most famous brands for their boutiques. In fact, Qatar's ambition is to redefine luxury shopping and make it a new experience. In fact, the Place Vendôme complex will even be crossed by a canal leading directly to the sea, in the middle of an esplanade lined with cafes and restaurants overlooking the canal, allowing anyone to enjoy an unparalleled experience. And the good news is that this project, originally planned for 2018, is about to open its doors. Visitors will be able to get there as early as September 2021. It is now undeniable that Lusail City will include the most modern and luxurious residential areas available. Most of them will even be built according to the most prestigious international standards in order to guarantee the best quality standards to the inhabitants. Of course, the hotels will be no exception to the rule. The famous British architect of Iraqi origin, Zaha Hadid, known for her futuristic architectures, has designed a hotel that seems to have come straight out of a fantasy movie. Indeed, this building has the shape of a plant, and more precisely of a desert hyacinth. Zaha Hadid explained, "In our creative process, we always observe how the mechanisms of nature work, how its logic works, how all things are interdependent." This 38-story building promises to be extraordinary, especially since filigree Mushahabieh facade will envelope the structure to protect it from the country's hot climate. This will give the hotel a more impressive appearance while attenuating the intensity of the sun. But in fact, that's not the real feature of this building, as Zaha Hadid architects pointed out. In fact, the main reason why this project is so unusual is because of the abundant use of calligraphy and traditional geometric patterns progressively moving from the top to the ground, erasing the boundaries between the architectural elements. We must believe that this hotel will be exceptional, especially since it will meticulously respect environmental practices. Zaha Hadid has obviously thought of everything. It is well known that Qatar has limitless ambitions. The country has indeed managed to carry out a meticulous planning. Everything has been taken into consideration to allow the soccer fans who will travel to Qatar for the 2022 World Cup to enjoy an unforgettable stay. For this, the country has planned everything. Indeed, to host the most followed event on the planet, the country has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Finnish construction company Atamares. This one then decided to launch a project as one sees only in the Middle East. 16 hotels of 4 floors, 72 meters meters long and 16 meters wide, which will float near the banks of an artificial island. Nothing more. Many tourists will be welcomed in these original hotels, which will have a total of 1,616 rooms decorated in a pure Scandinavian style, with white and wood tones. Each of these hotels will also have a restaurant and a bar lounge, all of which will offer visitors a stay that is as remarkable as it is enchanting. All this while being sustainable. Because yes, this complex should in fact run on solar energy and, according to the Finnish company, meet the strictest ecological standards. Moreover, the energy consumption of the occupants will be measured and shared directly with them to allow them to reduce their carbon footprint. But that's not all. These hotels can be dismantled and, once the World Cup trophy has been awarded, can be moved to any body of water that is at least 4 meters deep. Thus, on the occasion of a future event, the rich gas state of Qatar could very well reuse these constructions, which is really convenient. However, to enjoy these floating hotels, it will be necessary to wait until November 2021. That is to say, 13 months before the organization of the Football World Cup in Qatar. Nevertheless, this long wait is well worth it. The reason? Well, the hotel complex is part of a much larger project. Its name, Ketefin Projects. In record time, Lusail City was almost completely built. The expression "cities grow like mushrooms" is therefore apt to describe these 4 artificial islands called Ketefin Islands, which are already beginning to bloom, to the delight of tourists and future residents. And it is not without reason. These islands, divided between the northern region of Ketefin and the southern one, are breathtaking. In North Ketefin Island, for example, visitors will be able to discover a huge ultra-modern water park that will cover 160,777 square meters. It will include no less than 36 rides. One of them, nicknamed Icon Tower, will be 80 meters high. That is the highest slide in the world. Thrill seekers will have a good reason to go there, as well as the lovers of Qatari culture. What's the point? Well, it is also planned to open an attraction in which it will be to learn during a ride as exciting as fun. In addition to the water park, the North Ketefin Island will also be equipped with sumptuous hotels, a shopping mall, and all kinds of entertainment. As for the southern part, it is not to be outdone. It will house more than 263 villas, luxurious boutiques, high-end restaurants, not to mention game rooms and children's clubs. One can imagine that visitors will be blown away by the Ketefin Islands, especially since the latter will also include an artificial canal connected to the sea, docks with a capacity of more than 400 boats and yachts, green spaces. In short, nothing has apparently been left to chance. What would the Qataris not do for football? After having unveiled projects as ambitious as each other, Qatar has probably decided to equip itself with a spectacular stadium for the World Cup. We are talking about the Lusail Iconic Stadium. Unveiled in 2018 at a gala event held in Lusail Harbor, this stadium is to host the final with a capacity of 80,000 spectators. It will be equipped with numerous ventilation systems to allow the temperature of the field not to climb above 22 degrees. But not only that, it will also have a facade that will allow sunlight to enter, illuminating the interior in a way never seen before. Designed by British architects Foster & Partners, the Lusail Iconic Stadium impresses not only with its incredible technology, but also with its futuristic design, inspired by Arab tradition. The stadium resembles a golden bowl or a saucer with rounded shapes, a truly unusual architecture. This sumptuous stadium will not fail to surprise fans once it opens its doors. By the way, you are probably wondering when it will finally be delivered. Well, there is some doubt about that. Initially expected around November 2020, it has finally been delayed due to the coronavirus. Thus, it should be completely finished only at the end of 2021, if everything goes as planned. At every opportunity, architects compete to surprise the world by creating ever more innovative buildings. The proof is in these twin towers located in the Marina District in Lusail City. They look like something out of a video game, but they are real. Indeed, the luxurious Marina twin towers look like a simple stack of blocks. But if you take a closer look, you can easily see that this is actually real architecture. And not the least, these towers, designed by the architecture firm E-Square Architects, look like very complex structures. These two multicolored 33-story buildings are precisely shaped like a set of cubes deliberately stacked unevenly on top of each other. This is unusual to say the least. However, this is what made these two towers, intended for luxury offices, stand out from the crowd. Now, one can imagine that countless entrepreneurs have already rushed to occupy one of the offices in the twin towers of Lusail. After all, who wouldn't want to work in such an atypical place? Certainly no one. One of Lusail's most interesting architectures is undoubtedly the Katara Towers, owned by Qatar Hospitality. And it's not wrong. shaped like traditional scimitars. Or a crescent moon, we still hesitate. This 211-meter-high skyscraper is mainly dedicated to host 2 luxury hotels of the Accor Group. The first, Fairmont, will offer 361 rooms and suites for the most demanding business travelers, while the second, Raffles, is a sumptuous 6-star hotel that will have 132 sophisticated suites and 49 residential apartments. All of this will be complemented by state-of-the-art leisure and relaxation areas such as boutiques, VIP cinemas, renowned restaurants, and a private cigar lounge. Travelers will benefit from attentive, personalized, and discreet service. This is sure to leave a lasting impression, just like the architecture of these towers. Sheikh Nawaf bin Jassim bin Jabor Al Thani, chairman of Katara Hospitality, said, "The world's most beloved cities are often embodied by iconic places and buildings. We are confident that this future building will provide Qatar with a globally recognized architectural symbol." He added, "We aim to create a 21st century hotel icon in one of the world's most beautiful urban projects. Our ambition is to rewrite the codes of the hotel sector in order to offer an exceptional place, instantly identified internationally. We have to admit that this promoter aimed very high to achieve his goals." Now it's your turn to tell us in the comments, which of these projects do you think is the most surprising? Do you know of other equally futuristic constructions? Don't hesitate to share them with us. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all the notifications and not miss anything of our next videos.